Hey guys, Arif here. So today we'll be taking a look at a router. It's from Asus. It's called the RT-AC5300 and it looks really cool. It looks like popped up from some sort of sci-fi movie. It has 8 proprietary antennas, 4 of them are receiving and the other 4 are transmitting. This is for signal stability as well as strength. Taking a look at the unit, on the top here we get the Asus logo as well as a grill for heat dissipation. Here we have some red essence. On the sides here you get more grills for heat dissipation. On the bottom here 4 large rubber feet, so this thing is going nowhere. On the back here you get a power button, a DC in, USB 3.0, WAN port as well as 4 gigabit LAN ports. On the side right here you get a USB 2.0 port, an LED button, a WPS button and a Wi-Fi button. And on the front, lastly, you get the lights. There are indicators for power, 2.4 GHz band, 5 GHz band, the internet as well as the WPS. Now the Asus RT-AC5300 is a tri-band wireless AC router, meaning it has 3 bands. One 2.4 GHz and the other 2 are 5 GHz, and thanks to Broadcom NitroCam technology, it actually boosts the data rate. For the 2.4 GHz band, it actually has around 1000 megabits. For the other 2 5 GHz is around 2000 megabits each, and they have advertised to have a total of 5334 megabits for all of the wireless bands combined. It also features a 1.4 GHz dual-core processor, giving a WAN to LAN speed of 1000 megabits as well as a USB read speed of 100 megabytes per second. It's really friendly towards multiple users connecting to it at the same time, and it actually optimizes it by actually switching your bands automatically to get the fastest speed possible or the most stable connection possible. For example, I'm using the 5 GHz in my house and I walk outside and the signal gets a little bit weak. So it switches me automatically to the 2.4 GHz band, so I will get a more stable internet connection. For wired connections, there are 4 gigabit LAN ports on the back, and connecting 2 at one given time using link aggregation opens up support up to 2 gigabits per second. This is great for people who have home private servers as well as NAS and want the fastest access speeds possible. And I mentioned before, this baby is really great at handling multiple people connecting at the same time. That's because it has multiple user MIMO technology, and this basically means that this router can communicate with multiple devices at a single time, rather than a normal router that has single MIMO that can communicate with one single device at one single time. For protection, it has AI protection from Trend Micro, so you can basically disable your antivirus and third-party applications and focus more resources on gaming. It also has good parental controls, so you can actually block those inappropriate websites from your kids, and you can also set scheduled time limits so they can't surf internet, for example, after 10 PM, which is great. Now Asus had actually developed an application that you can use to manage your router from your mobile phone. It's called Asus Router, and it's a really nice application. Clicking it right here brings you to the home screen. You can see your router name, your router model, as well as the IP address, as well as real-time traffic, and clicking on it shows more details like the total internet usage and each bandwidth like wired LAN, 2.4 GHz and the 2 5 GHz bands. Currently 2.4 GHz is the one that is most active. Moving on to devices, you get to see all the devices that are currently connected to the router. And clicking on it, you get to see more details about it like device name, MAC address, IP address, interface like 2.4 GHz, the connection quality. You can even choose to block internet access or even apply a bandwidth limiter. This is great in case, like, let's say your house has a lot of people and you want to apply bandwidth limiters to everyone so they don't hog up all the internet. And then clicking on wireless, you get to see all the bandwidths right here, and you can even change their names as well as passwords. So yeah, you can even disable them if you choose to. And then moving on to more, there's actually more general stuff right here like game boost, parental controls, quick internet setups, firmware updates, FTP, DNS, and etc. Now here's a demonstration of another interesting application that Asus developed. It's called the AI Cloud. And remember that USB 3.0 port at the back of the router that I've shown before? Yes, that place is where you can connect your pen drive, your SSD, or even your hard disk, and you can turn your router into a media streaming center. Basically, you have to download the AI Cloud software, go through the setup, connect to the router, and voila, you're done. You're ready to stream content. Just connect anything you want to it, and done. Here, I've already connected the Samsung SSD, so I'm going to go through right now with each device right here. We have 4 Asus devices. We're going to simulate, like, let's say 4 people trying to watch one episode of Dimension W. It's 720p, so let's take a look, shall we? How long it takes to load actually? Oh, the Zenpad 8.0 is already done. Okay, this one I have to press just once. It's already playing right here. And the Zenfone Zoom is done. The Zenfone 2 Deluxe is done, and we're waiting on the Zenfone Laser 2. And they're all done. They're all playing their own content right now. They're streaming from one SSD and one router. Interesting, right? This router also has something very interesting built in. It's more gamer oriented and it's called Wtfast Gamers Private Network. And basically what it does, it optimizes the connection from end to end. So for example, you're living in Malaysia but you would like to play World of Tanks EU, for example, or League of Legends North America, or League of Legends Japan, anyone? But yeah, you know your latency will be horrible, and using this actually works for people who likes to play overseas servers. It actually optimizes the connection and makes the ping more bearable and more playable. I've seen a lot of people online do it, but I don't actually play all those online and overseas servers, so I don't get to experience what they're experiencing, but according to many, it works quite well. And finally, here are my thoughts on the Asus RT-AC5300 tri-band Gigabit router, and honestly, it has been a very interesting experience. It's a really good product. It's versatile, it caters to a lot of people, not only gamers. For gamers, it has Wtfast, and it has all those optimizations for games like AI protection, so you can disable your antiviruses, as well as third-party applications. For other people, it has a lot of adaptive quality of service functions such as bandwidth management. Is really good at that too. So if you like all these functions and don't want to pay a premium price for something like a Ruckus, but hey, I'm not saying you should compare this to a Ruckus, both of them are for different purposes, but yeah, if you like something like that, then go for this. And that has been my review of this Asus RT-AC5300, and I hope you enjoyed it, and see you in the next one.